Mr. Chairman, Director General, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to address this ILO Virtual Global Summit on COVID-19 and the world of work on behalf of the government of Samoa and the constituents of the Samoa National Tripartite Forum. These are unprecedented times that we live in as we witness the global devastation caused by the coronavirus. It has claimed thousands of lives and impacted the livelihoods of people across the globe. The detrimental impact on the world economy is unprecedented and felt by all. Even though Samoa remains COVID-19 free, we continue to be vigilant and enforce protection measures to ensure that the virus does not reach us. Implementing these measures are not easy but are important for the protection of our nation and its people. Given our limited resources and capabilities to respond to any community spread of the virus. As the world awaits a vaccine for COVID-19, over 100 million people are in a state of extreme poverty. 200 million have been left without work, and companies and industries worldwide that drove economic growth have been forced to shut down. Further worsening of the global economic outlook is expected. According to the International Monetary Fund, the projected contraction in 2020 will exceed 6%. For Samoa alone, it is anticipated that the economy will see a negative growth rate of 3.3% in the current 2019-20 fiscal year. The focus of the Global Summit is therefore important, and these dedicated discussions will be key to our efforts as government and tripartite constituents, building back better in the post-pandemic recovery. Importantly, we must draw on the centenary for the future of work to inform our initiatives. Excellencies, while Samoa and most of the Pacific have been spared from the virus so far, we are already feeling the impacts on our small economies. The COVID-19 situation also came as Samoa was still responding and recovering from another health crisis, the 2019 measles epidemic that took 83 lives and affected over 5,000 people. The pandemic has exacerbated our unique and particular vulnerabilities as we also continue to face the threats of natural disasters as well. It not only validates our need for global sustainability, but it also highlights our interconnectedness, hence the need for global solidarity in order to respond effectively. The government of Samoa took early measures to ensure adequate support, in particular towards households and workers with family responsibilities to lessen the economic impact of the crisis. On 7th of April, government launched phase 1 of its stimulus package, totaling Samoan tala 66.3 million, focusing on health, private sector, food security, in the agriculture sectors, securing the purchasing power of our people, and a multi-sectoral response program. On 26th of May, the second phase was announced, totaling Samoan dollars 32 million, with more targeted support of social protection measures to the vulnerable groups. This included, for the first time ever, provision of unemployment subsidies for those who have lost jobs, or have reduced hours because of the COVID-19. The projection for Samoa's economy in the new fiscal year show a negative growth of 2% due to the uncertain economic conditions in the global and regional markets. There is uncertainty also as to when our borders will fully reopen, as the adverse impacts on our tourism industry and trade are already felt. We are reliant on our sector-wide approach and finding innovative solutions to address the socio-economic impacts of COVID-19. As we start to repatriate most of our stranded citizens, we maintain caution and continue to rely on our neighbors and partners to support our ongoing efforts. Innovative responses to global challenges are now coming from emerging development partners and smaller players who have better managed the pandemic and who in turn may become strategic partners for other developing countries. In the spirit of global solidarity, the ILO could offer an opportunity for its member states to exchange experiences in preserving access to decent work during crisis. Excellencies, such strategic responses include the United Nations and our development partners, ensuring continued implementation of pipeline projects under grant assistance for the next 5 years, to secure employment opportunities for our youth, as well as to raise direct injections into the economy. In some cases, reprioritization is necessary to give priority to those who need the assistance the most. In this regard, my government supports the United Nations in the pursuit of a comprehensive social economic impact assessment and an effective response to bring countries back on track for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. The ILO Pacific Office, through the National Coordinator, is currently supporting the Samoa National Tripartite Forum constituents to complete its rapid assessment survey on the impact of COVID-19 on employment and enterprises, the data that is most needed at this stage. The objective of this joint assessment and monitoring is to contribute to national level evidence-based COVID-19 recovery policies and programs prioritized by the tripartite to advocate for targeted stimulus packages, effective and equitable donor investment, addressing specific employers' and workers' individual value propositions, and informing ILO's continuous and effective support to its tripartite partners in Samoa. Director General, we look forward to the ILO reviewing directives and occupational safety, health standards for the work environment in light of the lessons learned during the pandemic. Moving forward, the workplace requirements and the business model of public and private enterprises must consider profound changes to ensure people are not exposed to contamination on the way to work or at work due to inadequate environments. Employment as we know it may not be a solution for a sustainable future. Decent work will need to factor in such new requirements for the workplace and work-related rights and entitlements. We do need a strengthened social contract to commit to managing health-related risks during life cycles. The government of Samoa stands ready to participate in a constructive discussion as to what those changes should be to minimize the risk of pandemics and save lives. I wish to thank the Director General for inviting Samoa to become a member of the International Advisory Board of the Climate Action for Jobs initiative. We look forward to constructive partnership within this platform to achieve significant action on climate change. I thank you.